Hi everyone, welcome to my August update and September plans video. I've had a really good stitching month for August. I got loads and loads done because of course I wasn't at work. And since September hit, I have done pretty much no stitching. So I've got plenty to talk about from the stitching that I did in August. But yeah, this video is late and I haven't done any stitching in September so far because it's been crazy. I have been going back to work, my little boy's birthday, and I've been otherwise distracted, so I have not got a lot of stitching done. But you know, life's good, nothing to complain about. So in August, I started the month by finishing off my July cottage. I made quite a lot of changes to this design, as you can probably tell if you've stitched these. I changed the flag to the Union Jack. And also there was supposed to be lots of fireworks in the sky, and I changed them just to some clouds. I pinched clouds from other designs from like April and August. I think I've pinched the sun from the August design. As you can see there, they're very similar. And I think it works as a design. It's all done within the style of Country Cottage Needleworks. I'm not a massive fan of the July design. I think just the colours of the blue and red are not to my taste. But it's nice, it's finished, it's done. There we go. The August one, however, I loved stitching this one. It was a real pleasure to stitch. It just seemed to go on really quick, and I really enjoyed stitching it. I think in this top border there's not as many colour changes as say you'd get here in July. This border's lots more colour changes, but this one was really quick to go on. I used the variegated threads for all the greenery on here, and I think the colour change really comes through. I think that looks really beautiful. I'm really enjoying looking at that now. And I've changed the design a little bit here. There was a lady, a couple of people actually on Instagram stitching these that were a little bit ahead of me, and they'd added in a sandcastle, and I thought that was a really cool idea because it's sort of beach scene. So I added in a sandcastle, which I just eyeballed really. I just made it up as I went along, and I'm quite happy with it. And I changed the design slightly here as well because this coral shell, and I do think these coral shells really pop in the design. They look lovely. I used that for like the flag on top of the sandcastle there. It was supposed to touch the tree, and it just looked a little bit clumsy to me in the design, so I changed it slightly to make it look a little bit more balanced. And obviously I've added eyes onto the seagulls. The one thing I haven't done this month is added in a doorstep. I may do yet, but I think I quite like it as it is actually. They're not charted with the doorstep, but sometimes people add them in. So I'm really happy with the August one. I'll add in now my flipogram of my August cottage, and if you look closely you'll spot that I actually did pop a little frog wherever I had to frog, because it's so easy, isn't it, to make these perfect flipograms and give the impression that everything just went on effortlessly. But you know, everyone makes mistakes, and so I thought I'd add in a little frog to show all the mistakes that I made as I went along, because there were quite a few. It's quite funny. Hope you enjoy it. Cottages go, I've done from April through to August, and I've actually mounted the April one on my canvas block. I need to get a ribbon to go around, pop in one of the colours from the April design. I bought a staple gun and just started to tack them round, and I think that looks quite neat. I'm really happy with that. So that's the September design. It's a little schoolhouse, which is particularly appropriate for me being a teacher, with a little school bell and some apples. This is the sum total of the stitching I've done in September. Are you ready to be blown away? Yeah. Okay. So as far as August stitching goes, I didn't just do that. I did more. I'll tell you. I had a little play around on a piece of linen, messing around trying to form a signature for myself. So I tried all these different designs. I've got like, because my name's Rose, I did a rose here. I've got my initials here with the date. I've got my initials RB, and then I've got just the 16 in Roman numerals. I quite like the idea of doing the Roman numerals. I think it's a bit more, I don't know, a bit more, I don't know, I think it's quite cool. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just think it's cooler than just putting the normal. But people keep saying, oh yeah, but they're not going to know if it's like stitched in 1916 or 2016. Do we really need to worry about that? I think people are going to find that anything stitched by Country Cottage Needleworks was stitched around now. I don't think mine's going to go in like a stately home. I don't think it's going to be like a massive issue. But anyway. So these are the designs I come up with. I really like this one because it's close to how I actually write my name, but I think on the linen it looks a little bit bunched up. It's hard to focus on. Lots of people said they like this one. So I haven't actually decided. It's just something I'm playing around with, and I'll just keep messing until I find something that I like, really. It is nice to start signing your work though, isn't it? So I've done those. I also did a little teacup from the Susan Bates design book. I just got a couple of little designs and I popped them on this little canvas, as I said I was going to. So yeah, an FFO. I think this is really cute. It's going to go in my bedroom. Cups of tea, pretty much one of my favourite things on the planet, so it was a good one for me to stitch. I also had a little bit of a go at my Lakeside village. I actually got this back out and did a bit more. So that's as far as I'd got before, and I added in all this block. So I added in 2 rows and started on the next one. I did start off stitching this square by square and doing parking, which was really effective, but I found it fast just to whiz down the whole column with everything of that colour. It was a much faster way of doing it, which is what I ended up doing. Unfortunately, I have accidentally stitched 1 extra row of blue in here. So I have a plan. For this bush here, I'm going to add in 1 extra row of blue at the top here. And then after that, I'll stitch everything else where it's supposed to be, but add 1 row on the bottom. I know I'm an idiot. I probably shouldn't have had a glass of wine before I started stitching. It's just so easy to do, isn't it? I suppose that's the thing where people grid, and gridding really does help. Maybe I should grid the rest. Maybe it's a lesson learnt. Anyway, so I also gifted my Farm Fresh to some friends. So I did a video about how I framed that, if you've seen that on my channel, and I gave that to some friends, and I'll pop a picture on to show you a picture of them getting their gift. I did tell you I was going to make a toy. I did start that. Let me show you how far I've got. About that. It will be finished, but not for the competition, just my friend's little girl for her birthday. So hope she's not watching. I also bought this little calendar planner for my stitching. So it was from, I think, Poundland. It was £1, and on the top I've just got some notes about what to put in my videos, things to finish, things to start, and sort of a general outline of, I put onto August what I actually had already done in August. And I put together a vague plan for September, which has gone totally out of the window, so I shan't show it to you. I actually did have a little bit of haul as well, which is quite hilarious now, given how little stitching I've done in September, but they will get done. As you all know, getting like haul stuff is amazing. So I got, oh, I've wanted this forever. I finally did my first order to 123 Stitch, which is an American company which stock quite a lot of things that So and So don't. So they didn't stock this. So this is from 123 Stitch. This is Sweetheart Tree, Cherry Blossoms, Biscornu. It's like effectively a pin cushion, but it's a lovely little kit, and in it it's got all the different beads, fabric. See those those colours that it comes with are just right up my street. That's the sort of colours that I like. This is extra flossed, I think, to put it together. But this linen, oh my goodness, it is so beautiful. I don't know if you can see the sparkles in that. It is gorgeous. So soft, so sparkly, so girly. It's just gorgeous. And then it also comes with the beads. Cute little beautiful beads. Little heart buttons. So I was inspired to stitch this one by Carolyn Mazzeo, everyone's favourite floss tuber. She still hasn't made a video for ages, but she is back on Instagram, so it's nice to see her back on their stitching way. So this is, I believe, a brand new Cottage Needleworks design. It's from their garden collection, and it's called Stop and Smell the Roses. Which is a beautiful design. If the person I'm stitching it for watches this video, they will instantly know it's for them, so I'm kind of hoping they don't. But if you do, pretend you haven't seen this. I'm planning on stitching this on the fabric I have left over from my Farm Fresh chart, which is this very, very soft 28 count casual linen in antique ivory. It's really beautiful and soft, and I'm sure I've got enough there to finish that off. So I think I've got the colours for this. I can't remember if I've got the threads for this or not. Probably have most of them, to be honest. I'll put in a little order to so and so if I haven't. So I also bought, this was inspired by Carolyn Mazzeo, but I'm not really sure what I think of it yet. This is called the Trolley Needle Thread Controller. And if you know what I'm talking about, you'll be like, oh, I know what you mean. This is what it is. This is what it looks like. Apparently on the back it says it's for applying sequins, machine stitching, ruffles, seams and hems, position materials for gluing, smocking and controlling multiple threads. So I have seen some YouTube videos of them being used when you have loads of threads to make all the threads lie flat. But I think it's worn like this. Now you're probably thinking, dear Lord, it looks like a medieval pocket-sized torture device in case you're caught short and have to do a little bit of unexpected torturing. It looks to me like this spike here is actually a massive bodkin, if you can see. Can you see the eye of that needle in there? It's actually created from a massive bodkin and this sort of finger cuff. So I'm dying really for somebody to make a video of cross stitching with one of these. I haven't actually spotted one. If you have, let me know. If you haven't, maybe I'll make one if I can work out how on earth to use it. If I haven't poked too many people's eyes out with it by then. What else can I tell you? So, oh, I also have been using the Cross Stitch app. Lots of people have talked about this on FlossTube before. It's nothing new, but I just hadn't used it before, and I started to use it, and I think it's fantastic. It's, oh, I don't know, like £2. It's virtually nothing, so it's not expensive. It's not going to break the bank, but it's not free either, so it's up to you. It's a really good way of just logging everything that you've done, keeping pictures of it, etc. Nice. So my plan for September is to get that cottage done, and to be honest with you, with the way things are at the minute, I'll be very happy if I get that done. That's my plan for September. So September's video is going to be interesting. I'm going to be like, hi, I've done this. That's it. Well, I would say I hope you have a lovely September, but we're already halfway through. So I hope you're having a lovely September. Thanks for your updates. I'm watching lots of FlossTube, seeing what everyone else is up to. So take care everyone, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.